I don't know how to break this to you, but someone else has probably already had your idea. I don't know if you're out there thinking you are the only person who thought of this. Someone's probably had your idea before. What a lot of you guys won't know is the businesses that I talk about so winningly on this channel were actually a secret for like a year. And the first time I actually told everyone about them was the day I launched this channel. So before that, no one apart from my really close friends and my family even knew that I had any of these businesses. So this video is basically just going to be about like why I kept all my businesses a secret. And, you know, hopefully by me sharing these stories and my reasoning, it will help anyone else out there who's thinking like, is now the right time to tell people? I'm gonna start a business, should I keep it a secret? Like, it's a hard question, and it's quite a topic that's really close to my heart. So I'm hoping this will be interesting to you and will hopefully help some people as well. I guess I just wanted to make this video because I've done a post on my Instagram at WeSideHustle, and it basically just said like, look, a lot of you would have seen that I launched my first YouTube video the other day. This was a huge step for me because up until this point, most of my businesses have been secret. The reasons why is because I've just had anxiety around sharing stuff, which I didn't feel was perfect or ready yet. And the response was amazing, like not just on that post, but people were messaging me like, oh my God, I feel the exact same way. Like, I don't know when the right time is to tell people. And it gave me the idea to make this video because I thought maybe there's someone who'll watch this and maybe this story or, you know, me talking about it will help them. So one of the reasons why I didn't tell anyone about my businesses and I kept them a secret for so long was because I had quite a lot of doubts, if I'm being honest. And I think this is probably going to be a really familiar reason for a lot of people out there. I just thought to myself, well, what if I tell everyone and then like 6 months down the line, the businesses fail? Because so many businesses do fail. And as you may have seen from my other videos where I talk about the reasons why my own businesses in the past have failed, I've obviously had businesses which haven't been successful. And I'm actually quite happy that I chose not to tell people about those particular businesses at the time, because obviously now they're not a thing. Even though now I'm making YouTube videos about them, so. But yeah, I just had doubts and I thought, well, what if it doesn't work? And in hindsight, I totally get my reasoning behind it. And I think maybe when you're starting out and you're really early and you just have a concept and you haven't really put pen to paper or made anything happen yet, I get why that would be a reason for you not to want to tell people. However, I also think, who cares? Who cares? We tell ourselves like, oh my God, everyone's going to be talking about the fact that your business failed. But in actual fact, like, people really don't care as much about your failures or your successes as you think they do. It's kind of all in our head. There's like a lyric from the streets where what do they say? They said, you'd worry less about what people thought if you knew how little they did. Right? So, I mean, doubts are always going to be there, but we can't let them hold us back from, you know, really pushing our business to the next level. And that realistically, when you share your business idea with people and when you share your business, that's what you're doing. You're pushing your business to the next level. Another reason why I didn't tell people about my business at first was because I was a bit worried about how it would impact my 9 to 5. So you know that I always preach that like your 9 to 5 or whatever hours it is, your main job and your like sole income, that always comes first. And I was a bit worried that, you know, it would come out that I was doing all this stuff on the side and maybe it would bring into question like how committed I was to my 9 to 5. I didn't want that to happen because I really like my job and I'm really passionate about the work that I do. So the last thing I wanted was to jeopardize what I'm doing during my 9 to 5 work. Since telling people, I can safely say that that's not been an issue at all. I think the main piece of advice I'd give you on this is check your contracts. As long as you know that you're not breaking any rules, and if you've got a good relationship with your managers and your boss and etc., having a side hustle really shouldn't be a problem. You've got to make sure that you don't let it ever get in the way of work. And how you basically do that is make sure that when you are at your 9 to 5, that's what you're focusing on. At the end of the day, if you work on something else during your 9 to 5, you're technically like stealing. Isn't that stealing? Because people are paying you to do something else. You can't work on your side hustle. So if you follow that basic principle, there really shouldn't be any reason why coming out and talking to people about your side hustle would be an issue. This reason is a really common one. right? And I feel like this is what I hear a lot of people say is like plagiarism, or just fear that someone's going to steal your idea and your concept, which is plagiarism. I don't know why I said it like that was something else. Fear that someone's going to steal your idea. I feel like this is a really common reason why people don't tell people about their business. I don't know how to break this to you, but someone else has probably already had your idea. I don't know if you're out there thinking you're the only person who thought of this. Someone's probably had your idea before. It's not the idea what sets you apart from other people, it's you, and it's how you execute it. And I feel like the fact that both my businesses, or my like main product businesses, are boutiques, which means that I source products from suppliers and I sell them under my brand, so I don't design them myself. I feel like if there's ever a good example of the fact that it's the execution what sets you apart from people, it is boutiques and that business model. You are quite literally selling clothes what could be found on other websites. The only thing which is setting you apart from these other websites is you and how you've presented the clothes. Also, like a lot of people, I'm sure you would have heard this before, but you've got to have an abundance mindset. And this is something which I really learned about this year. If for anyone who doesn't know, like basically the whole principle is that you have an abundance mindset, and that mindset is that there is enough to go around for everyone. Like there is enough money in the world, there is enough consumers in the world. There's always going to be enough. If you really want to go get it, you can get it. A scarcity mindset is the mindset where you're thinking, oh, I can't possibly open a boutique because there are so many boutiques out there already. Like that's the mindset. I'm just going to use my Amazon Echo as a good example, okay? Because there's examples everywhere. Echo, or it's just called like the Alexa now, isn't it? Anyway, that was released first out of all of the like smart speakers, you know, all the speakers that use voice recognition technology. That was the first one to be released. And then I'm pretty sure after that was the Google Home. And then now there's quite a few, and I feel like maybe Apple has one. Point I'm trying to make here is Amazon was very much the first mover, right? So they had first mover advantage. They were owning the entire market. It took a couple years for the next speaker to come on the market. Google and Apple could have sat there like, well, there's no point now because someone's already done it. So everyone's going to buy theirs and we're not going to make any money. Of course, they're still going to make money, and they still did make money because of the way they presented their technology, their brand, which everyone was already familiar with, just everything else, and how they packaged it and how they positioned it. That's why people still purchase their products over the Amazon Alexa, and that's why they were still able to make money and profit and create a really successful business. And there's examples like that everywhere. If you look at like the huge kind of like fast fashion like boutique things, I don't know why I did this, like they're definitely fast fashion. But if you look at the huge players like your Pretty Little Things and your Misguided and like In the Style and all those kind of things, their branding is all super similar. Their target market is exactly the same, but yet somehow they all manage to survive and, you know, operate and get enough profit to keep on, you know, turning over millions and billions of pounds every single year. But realistically, there was a time where one of them might have looked at the market and thought, oh, I don't know if I want to start a boutique or this huge fast fashion company because there's so many other ones what are doing the exact same thing. And if they let that way of thought and that scarcity mindset control, you know, their movements and their actions, they never would have started that company. And, you know, maybe the environment would be a lot better off. But the point is that they never would have started the company. So in response to the question, if I was to start a business now, would I tell people about the business or would I keep it a secret again? And the answer is no, I would not keep it a secret. I would tell people. There are other things that you miss out on by not telling your friends. Like maybe one of your friends knows someone who's a graphic designer who can help you out. Maybe one of your other friends, you know, is a marketing professional and can help you market your business. There are all these contacts and opportunities that you are withholding from yourself by not sharing your new business that you're creating. I think one thing what I would say, and I alluded to this earlier, I would probably wait until you had a good idea and I was committed to the idea, because what you don't want to do is, you know, every single time you have an idea, and if you're anything like me, it's like all the fucking time. You don't want to, you know, tell people every single time you have an idea and then move on to the next idea the next week. Really figure out if this is something what you're going to commit to and you're going to actually try your best to make it work. And I feel like once you've got to that stage, then there is no harm in telling people. If anything, there's just good in it. And I feel like I massively held my businesses back for the past year by not telling people. And I'm glad that I finally came around to it. But yeah, it's just a mistake that I probably wouldn't make again. So I hope that was helpful to everyone or anyone who's watching this. I know that everyone's situation is different, but all I can do is share what my situation was and how I've learned from it, in the hopes that maybe it can help someone else out there. So thank you so much for listening to this video. If you're interested in side hustles, starting businesses, all that kind of stuff, please subscribe to my channel. I release content every single week. So yeah, I will see you soon.